Hey everybody, welcome to our Blizzard lighting. I don't even know what to call this room. This is our go-to room. This is our overall room. Maybe later we'll take a little view of around what we get to play with around here. But this is our long-awaited, well overdue wireless connectivity video. So what I'm going to do here for you guys today is I'm going to go through our various types of DMX wireless that we offer and how to pair them. It seems to be one of those things that once somebody gets, it's very, very easy, but until they get it, it seems to be the worst thing in the entire world to connect. So I'm going to try to make this as easy as possible. We're going to go through all of these, and I'm going to show you how to pair up each individual one, and then how to cross pair them and stuff like that, because a lot of them do pair up to each other, especially with our AnyFi system and stuff like that, and that's really the most confusing one, but I'll get into that. Alright everybody, here we go. So the first thing that we have, and this is one of our oldest options, is our wiCICLE XMIT. So this is your transmitter. This is only a transmitter. It could be used as a receiver, but I don't want to confuse anybody. We do have this as our wiCICLE receiver, and it's to make life easier for everybody that's using it. So our wiCICLE XMIT, again, transmitter takes our 1 amp, 5 volts power supply. Same thing with our wiCICLE receiver. This is our 7-channel proprietary wireless system. So there's no W-DMX in this. It is proprietary because the 7 frequencies that we use is a little bit different than the 7 channels that other manufacturers use for their wireless. Also, please don't get this confused with stuff that you would buy on Amazon, because it is different. It's a different wireless frequency. All 7 channels are. So, as you can tell, there are little LED indicators on here. This is blinking green right now because there's no DMX connection. There's no DMX, it's not receiving a DMX connection. And I'm going to show you that here in just a second. This changes colors by pressing the buttons. These are our 7 channels. So red is channel 1. And then we go to green, and we go to yellow, and blue, purple, turquoise, white, and back to red. Those are your 7 channels. This color indicates what frequency you're on. So, easiest way to pair it up, leave them on red, and as soon as this were to get a connection, it should connect if your color is correct, which it is. If you press it once, you'll see what color it is on. So, they're both on red. I know they're both blinking green right now, but that's actually not the case. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use our handy dandy little Skywire controller. I'm going to turn off the wireless on it, because again, you can use it without, and I'm going to plug this in. As soon as this gets plugged in, you'll see that this is blinking red. This indicates that it has a DMX connection, and it's also transmitting as of right now. And as you can tell, this is blinking green because it is now paired up to this and it is receiving a connection. If I unplug it, plug it back in, it's red for a moment. As soon as it sees that connection, it's going to start blinking green. It's that simple. Just make sure the colors are the same. If you have an existing, and hopefully this helps with schools and different locations, environments that have already had these in for maybe a couple of years, sometimes somebody walks in and they press this button and now it's green. Well, now this is going to be red because you're on the red channel. Don't let that get confused, because this will always blink red when it's receiving a DMX connection. If it's not receiving a DMX connection, it will just be the solid color of what it is, which is it's on the green channel. But as you can tell, they're not going to pair up. As soon as this goes back, again, green, blue, yellow, purple, turquoise, white, back to red. Now all of a sudden that starts blinking green again. That's all it is. 7 channels, just match up the color. So similarly, we have our Control 5 and our Control 6 that have the Skywire built into it. All you have to do is turn on the wireless here, and if you notice, it was red for a moment, and then it started blinking red. Doesn't matter which color I put this on, all the same 7 channels. As soon as it's situated on the LED or on the frequency that you want, it will blink red no matter what, so don't let that confuse you. Again, wiCICLE was set to red, so it's blinking green. If I change this to green, which is a different frequency, this stops. That's all there is to it. Just make sure that your transmitter is set to the proper frequency, and it will pick up as soon as it starts, as soon as it receives that connection. That's it. All right, guys. Here is the scary wiCICLE AnyFi setup that everybody seems to be easily confused by. I'm hoping that this video does clarify everything as easily as possible. And if not, you can always call me, Joel, customer service here at Blizzard, and I will walk you through the steps over the phone. But let's go ahead and pull our power to the, actually, I can just use this one. So this is our wiCICLE AnyFi. It has a blue body. This has multiple protocols in it. Unlike our normal Skywire, it's just the 7-channel proprietary ones. This has our 7-channel proprietary along with W-DMX compatibility. So when you're using something like Lightcaster or another manufacturer's W-DMX, you can pair it up with our AnyFi, which is pretty cool. So let me show you. To reset it, all you have to do is hold down the release tab, which is also a multi-function button. This multi-function button controls everything on it. It looks like it wouldn't do a thing, but it actually does. So when you plug it in, right now it's white. That's standard for it being reset, but I'm going to show you how to reset it. Hold down your tab, keep holding it while you plug it in. It'll turn white, let it go. Now we're back to our top menu. We have red, green, blue, and yellow. Okay? Yellow is your Skywire. So again, if you want to pair it up to your XMIT or want to pair it up to your Skywire controller, you would go into yellow. Once you're on yellow, again, just tap it. You'll get back to yellow. Hold down your multifunction button, wait till it turns white, and let it go. See how it started blinking green right away? That's because our transmitter is transmitting. It picks it up that fast because what had happened, let me show you. I'm going to turn off the wireless here. Because it dropped into the first channel. So there's a top menu and a lower menu for each one. So the top menu was yellow, and then you hold it down, turns white, let it go. It dropped immediately into that first red frequency. But because this was already transmitting, it picked it up right away. As soon as I turn this back on, it turns green. That means it is now, it does have an official connection to this board. If I wanted to use it with W-DMX, that's a different story. I'm going to unplug it, hold down the tab, plug it in, wait for it to turn white, let it go. Again, back to the top menu, yellow. I'm going to go to green. That is our W-DMX receive mode. I'm going to hold this down, wait till it turns white, let it go. It should stay white. I'm going to show you what happens once it pairs to a Lightcaster W-DMX, and then what happens is that once it establishes that connection, it holds onto it forever. You have to clear it out to be able to get to that point, or to be able to pair to a new transmitter. Okay, so right now it's ready to pair. So what I'm going to do, in fact, actually, you know what? Hold that thought. I'm going to come back to that because I don't want it to be too confusing. What I do want to show you next, though, is our battery-powered wiCICLE Ion. Same exact stuff. Everything is the same in here except it's battery powered. Should last you at least 4 hours if you're doing a small short gig and you're just looking for something to have wireless when you don't want to run a power cord to this. A lot of our fixtures are wiCICLE enabled. If a lot of our Blizzard users know that, so this would be powered. You don't have to use that additional thing. If it's a hot box or rock box or something like that, we have it powered through the DMX check, which is pretty cool. But this is for like a mover or another manufacturer's lighting. Of course we don't want you to use other manufacturers' fixtures, but we do know it happens. So this is a battery powered version of this. Hold it down, flip it on, it turns white, let it go. Now you're at the top menu. So again, red, green, blue, yellow. If you were doing Skywire, you're going to do yellow. If we're going to do W-DMX, you're going to go to green. Don't let this green confuse you. This is the power, not the frequency or the protocol. All right, everybody, now we're going to talk about our W-DMX, our options, which is our Lightcaster, and then again with our AnyFi option, I'm going to show you that, how to pair that up. So that seems to be another one of the most confusing things, but I'm going to clarify that for you to make this as easy as possible. All right, so our Lightcaster W-DMX, it's a great product, been around for quite a while. This is a W-DMX only, but this is made with Wireless Solutions card, which makes it compatible with any other manufacturer's W-DMX option that's out there, which is pretty cool. So we have our transceiver, which is again a transmitter and a receiver options. You can put it into a different mode. And then we have our receiver only option, which will not transmit, but it will receive. So if you are, using them for normal production, you don't necessarily need a transceiver up in the truss, you just need a receiver. So, but if for some reason you want to use transmitters with other W-DMX options out there, then you can get just all transceivers and then use them for a transmitter or receiver at any time. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about though is your mode selection. So when you are using, say, two Lightcasters, your mode option does have to be paired up to make sure it's the same. If you are using, say, our AnyFi system along with our W-DMX Lightcaster, you need to make sure that the mode light is off. Okay, so how do you do that? This seems to be pretty tricky, and so that's why I want to make sure everybody sees this. All you have to do is, when it's normally on, hold down your multifunction button until that starts blinking slow. Count 10 blinks. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? It continues to blink slow. That means you're in mode change. All you do is tap the button once. You notice it blinks. That's another mode. And then it turns off. That's the mode you want to be in if you're using AnyFi. So we're going to leave it in that mode for right now. To get out of that, you're going to hold down the multifunction button for about 10 seconds. Count the slow blinks. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let it go. You'll notice it starts kind of blinking a little bit faster. Now you're back out of it. You're good to go. A way to double check that. Turn off the unit. Turn it on. It looks like it's on, and then it turns off. That's what you want. So now we're ready, especially if you're using the AnyFi system. I'm going to get to that in a moment. If you are using two Lightcasters though, it's about the simplest setup that you could ever ask for. Once your mode is set, and again, maybe make sure it's both of them. Again, this one's already off. So if you are using this with the blue light on or the blue light blinking, you just got to make sure you do the same thing for your receiver. But in this situation, they're both off. Tap it, it blinks fast. This then picks up the receive, and we're connected. That's it. That's all there is to it. That's the easy one. Okay? I'm going to turn this off. Actually, I want to show you here real quick. If I turn your transmitter off, this is going to blink green rapidly. That means it's searching. It looks a little bit different on the AnyFi, but again, I'm going to show you that. If, say, you lost this transmitter and you need to pair this receiver up with a different or new transmitter, or the transmitter broke or whatever the case may be, all you got to do to clear out this pairing is hold down your center button. If it's a receiver, it'll clear out. Now this unit is ready to repair with a new transmitter, just the way I did it the first time. Pretty awesome. About as easy again as you can get. Okay? So, turn back on. Now we have our, Lightcaster W-DMX ready to go. wiCICLE AnyFi, right? Multiple protocols in here. Skywire and W-DMX. When you're ready to use this, again, hold down, plug it in, it turns white, let it go. Again, for top menu, you have starts with red, green, blue, yellow. W-DMX, we want to get to green. It's always after red. Don't let the yellow confuse you, because it's not a green, it's yellow. Green will always come right after red. To put this into pairing mode, again, just hold down the multifunction button till it turns white, let it go. When it's white, it's ready to be paired. Tap your button, boom, turns green, establishes connection, and it's ready to go. That's all there is to it. That's W-DMX. Now, same situation as before, okay? Say you've lost a transmitter or you've lost pairing to this transmitter, or this transmitter isn't working, just say that's off. You'll notice it blinks red. There's no way to get rid of that unless you clear out the pairing. Because as soon as you pair this back up, or turn this back on, I should say, it instantly pairs back up, always. You never have to worry about it. That's really nice. So if it's established, or that connection is established properly, you'll never have to worry about that. But let's just say you need to pair it up. This is going to blink red. From this point, you don't have to reset the whole entire unit going back to the top menu. No, as long as you're using it with W-DMX, just hold it down till it turns white, or actually blue and then white, and then it'll stay white. That's it. Now it's ready to be paired again, which is pretty awesome. Again, turn this on, you'll notice it will not connect anymore because it's not paired anymore. But as soon as you press that button, boom, that's all there is to it. So hopefully that clarifies that process. The long-awaited AnyFi settings. So, in our Lightcaster AnyFi, kind of like our wiCICLE AnyFi, there's multiple protocols. This transmits multiple protocols. This has our WiDMX, which is only meant for AnyFi to AnyFi. You typically don't need to use that too often because you're either going to be using our wiCICLE or with Skywire, or our wiCICLE with AnyFi. But if you're going to do AnyFi, then you might as well use W-DMX. You don't necessarily have to have a Lightcaster W-DMX because this has W-DMX in it as well. It's pretty cool. So this is also typically used if, say, you have an existing Skywire setup, but eventually down the road you want to move to W-DMX or our AnyFi system. You can use the same transmitter for all of it and just repair everything, which is pretty cool. So it's not connecting. Why is it not connecting? Because there's no DMX transmission. This will blink red when it has DMX transmission, just like your XMIT did before and like your Skywire did. Well, luckily I can use my Skywire controller, not necessarily with the Skywire. I can just use it as a controller. So you plug in your cable right into your transmitter, instantly it starts blinking green. As soon as it sends out that transmission, your wiCICLE connects because they were both on the red channel. So again, Skywire mode 1, and then in this situation you can either use the enter button or you can use this button. If I want to change this right now without having to go into the menu screen, I can do that. Once, twice. Oh, now it disconnected. But what can I do here? I can hit that, turn it to green, and then it's going to start connecting. Skywire and our 7-channel proprietary, again, is that easy. It's all really simple if you watch the video. All right, so here we have our close-up of our AnyFi transmitter. So here, as you can see, we have a language option, screensaver, run mode, and then information and advance. Advance is going to give you your transmit power. Pretty much you always want it to be on the highest, which is 23 dB. That's fine. If you need to reset the unit, you can also do that from this screen as well. But really, pretty much what you're going to be dealing with is your run mode. So this is where you're going to be changing it from either using Skywire or W-DMX. So currently, it's set to G3 transmitter, but if you hit enter under run mode and you want to go down to Skywire mode, then you just highlight it, hit enter. You notice it changes to the first color, which is red. And then if you keep hitting it, it'll make sure just come back around. 1, 2 is green, 3 is yellow, 4 is blue, 5 is purple, 6 is turquoise, and 7 is white. If you want to use Skywire mode, that's all you have to do is just set the color frequency just like you did on the other XMIT and the Control 6 and etc. If you want to use W-DMX mode, which is really ideal, it's more stable, more stronger, you just go up to G3 transmitter and hit enter. Once you hit enter, It doesn't change anything yet until you hit the menu button. Once you hit the menu button back out of it, now you notice that the blue LED changes, your run mode says G3, and then all you have to do is hit this black button to send out the signal. Now, I preemptively hit the button, but as you just saw there, as soon as I tapped this button, this paired up. This also paired up because they're both in W-DMX receive mode. Again, remember this, make sure this is white, and then you're in W-DMX receive mode. If I wanted to clear it, I would just have to turn this unit off, hold down my button, make sure it turns blue and then white, and then you're good to go. Turn this back on, this will reconnect, but this won't because I cleared it out. Try it one more time, boom. Blinks, you're connected. Again, W-DMX is the easiest. If you are using our AnyFi system, you want to use W-DMX. Again, stronger, more stable, and just a better overall protocol in general, because it just has a better connection and a better signal strength when you're in a Wi-Fi heavy environment, which most places are Wi-Fi heavy nowadays. Our Lightcaster AnyFi has a lot built into it, but it does, once you get through it, it's actually pretty easy. And I hope this video helps everybody that's out there. If you have any questions, please give me a call or email me at joel@blizzardpro.com, and I'll be glad to help you with any of this. Until then, we'll see you next time.